When it comes to assessing startups, team is one of the fundamental things VCs base their decisions on. Team features frequently in conversations between investors about deals and is a constant talking point on all 24 trillion VC podcasts. Alongside criteria like market size, product, and traction, VCs are absolutely obsessed with it. However, team isn't the same as the other criteria. It's not like the other girls. A VC will never invest in a business solely because it's in a huge market or has a great product. However, they will sometimes invest exclusively because of a startup's team. And this happens often enough that there's a name for this type of deal, a team bet. VC's giving the WeWork founder $350 million for a company of no traction? That was a team bet. VC's giving Elon Musk $6 billion for his new AI startup? Another team bet. VC's handing any person who's ever worked at OpenAI $100 million for their next crappy idea? More team bets. The list goes on and on. Investors' obsession with team has pretty big consequences for your fundraise. It means that one of the most effective things you can do to increase your chances of getting money is to convince VCs that your team is amazing. I've made this series of lessons to teach you how to do just that. To kick things off, we'll start by explaining how every early stage VC on the planet gets radicalized into a team-obsessed maniac. To show you how this happens, we're going to do a thought experiment. Imagine for a second that you're a partner at a seed fund. Your main responsibility is to find new companies to invest in. To make this happen, you spend your week writing self-promotional nonsense on LinkedIn, getting your associates to spam hot founders, and constantly seeing pitches. Each year, you talk to at least 1,000 startups. There's just one problem. Your fund makes 8 deals a year, and 6 of them are reserved for the other partners. You only get to pick 2 companies. How would you pick your lucky 2? Cutting your list from 1,000 to 50 is actually quite easy. You filter out all the obvious bad fits, the companies where you think the market size is too small, you don't believe in the product, or you think the traction sucks. But this doesn't completely solve your problem. You're still stuck with 50 companies that all look great. In theory, you could pick any of them, but your job forces you to make a choice. So you decide that you're going to invest in the 2 you think are most likely to succeed. But this just creates another problem. How the hell do you know who is likely to succeed? The answer? You do what I used to do when I was a VC. You look carefully at each startup's traction and team for evidence that they're going to win. In theory, traction is the ultimate signal. However, you're a seed investor, which means that the companies in your shortlist haven't been alive long enough for you to rely on data alone. So you decide that team has to do the heavy lifting. Your logic? Great companies are made by great people. Therefore, assessing the quality of each team will give you the signal that you're looking for. As a result, you spend each pitch gazing lovingly into the eyes of the founder you're talking to, trying to figure out whether they're a winner or not. The 2 companies you choose this year will be the ones with the best teams. Congratulations, you've just reached the same conclusion as every other VC on the planet. Here's what this thought experiment teaches us. At its core, the reason that VCs are obsessed with teams is that they believe ideas are cheap. Their job literally involves listening to hundreds of people telling them that they're going to change the world, and then watching sadly as 99% of them fail to even change a light bulb. Therefore, to back you, they need proof that your idea will work. And if you're early stage, the best proof you can give them is that your team is amazing. Someone saying that they're going to build $1 billion startup is by definition nonsense. It only stops being nonsense to VCs if they believe the people making the claim can deliver. And this is why investors are so team obsessed that you regularly see tweets like this. So, VCs are obsessed with your team. Now what? Here's the twist. If you're fundraising, knowing that VCs are obsessed with teams isn't enough to get you a term sheet. The real $1 million question for you is, how do VCs actually assess teams? If you understand this, you can design your fundraising materials and, more importantly, what you say to investors in meetings to maximize your chances of raising money. Luckily for you, I've created this resource to help you do just that. Over the next few lessons, we'll 1. Set out the core criteria that VCs use to judge teams. 2. Explain how to convince them that you meet these criteria. 3. Show you 3 additional traits that will make investors love your team even more. 4. Give you presentation tips which improve how VCs perceive you. 5. Help you choose which team members to talk about. 6. provide you with a list of unwritten rules VCs expect your team to follow, and 7, explain how to incorporate information about your team into your emails, slides, and actual meetings. To kick off our journey, we'll spend the next 2 lessons explaining the core criteria VCs use to judge teams, and, more importantly, how to convince investors that you meet these criteria. These lessons are available right now in written form at pitchdoctor.app, alongside a ton of other free resources. See the link in the description below. However, if you prefer video, I'll be releasing them right here each week, so make sure to subscribe to avoid missing them. Thank you so much for listening. If you're watching this video and think to yourself, hey, I would love some help with my fundraise from a former VC, just shoot me an email at tunde@pitchdoctor.app or pick a slot using my calendar link below.